Thank you, Mr. President. I want to address an opportunity that we have in this body to fix a flaw in a provision in this infrastructure bill. I want to thank my colleague from Oregon and our colleague from Wyoming. The three of us have been working on this, and I really hope we get this done. I'm going to insist on having a vote on this. And let me just give a little context. We're all aware of this new category of assets, some would describe as currencies, which are also called cryptocurrencies. And this is a fascinating development. Actually, some have been around for some time now, but they've come into the public eye in a much, much bigger way in recent years, very recent years. And while sometimes we think of this as some kind of unit of value that is traded and has some pretty spectacular volatility sometimes, for me, while that's very interesting, what's much more interesting is the underlying technology and what that might make possible. I'm still trying to understand. I'm still on a steep learning curve about all the possibilities of the distributed ledger technology, the methodology by which cryptocurrencies can be exchanged without an intermediary. There's no bank that the money has to go through. It is an amazing and fascinating technology where individuals scattered around the globe actually validate the legitimacy of a transaction, and it becomes immutable. And there's a permanent record in some cases. There are other models where it's different. But this is an amazing technology. It has tremendous potential. We had a hearing in the Banking Committee just last week at my request. The chairman agreed to a hearing where we talked about some of the use cases for this underlying technology, and we heard some amazing things. So the most
infrastructure bill, there's a cryptocurrency tax provision in the bill, and some bipartisan lawmakers have suggested an alternative to the White House-backed cryptocurrency. Is the White House asking for those lawmakers, it's Wyden, Toomey, and Loomis, to withdraw their crypto amendment?
Well, first, we are pleased with the progress that has yielded a compromise sponsored by Senators Warner, Portman, and Sinema to advance the bipartisan infrastructure package and clarify the measure to reduce tax evasion in the cryptocurrency market, which of course is the objective, or was the initial objective. We believe this provision will strengthen tax compliance in this emerging area of finance and ensure that high-income taxpayers are contributing what they owe under the law, which is part of our objective. We are also very grateful to Chairman Wyden and other leaders in the Senate in pushing the Senate to address this issue. But we believe that the alternative amendment put forward by Senators Warner, Portman, and Sinema strikes the right balance and makes an important step forward in promoting tax compliance.
Would the White House prefer that Wyden withdraw his amendment then?
We'll leave the mechanics up to Leader Schumer, but certainly we see this amendment as an option that helps address the concerns.
But unfortunately, the way it got drafted, to my reading, and I'm certainly not alone, I think this is almost universally acknowledged, the language would impose this reporting requirement on people involved in the cryptocurrency world who don't even have the information about the person making the purchase or the sale. So, for instance, it might very well be interpreted to impose this reporting requirement on the miners, the people who are involved in the arithmetic process by which you validate transactions. They don't even know the names. They've got a numerical representation of the transaction. They don't know who's behind it. They have no idea. They have no way of knowing. So it's not a reasonable, not an even slightly reasonable burden to impose on them. That's one little example of how badly flawed this language is.